Welcome to PaperThreads Cutter Vision Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how using your grid markings and your point of origin on your machine can allow you to easily load and unload your pieces of paper to do your cutting. To begin with, we are going to start out by using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I went ahead and made my blank size 8.5 by 11 by going to Layout, Blank Size, and choosing the 8.5 by 11 height and width. Once that's done, I click OK. And then for this example, I'm just going to cut a circle out on two different colors. So I went ahead and added my circle on the page so that it's ready to go. And we want to do a couple of pre-settings in here so that we're set up and ready to cut. So we want to go to our Cut menu, Plotting Defaults, and the first thing we want to make sure is that our axis swap is selected. Also go into your setup, and in your plotter setup you want to make sure that your origin and your endpoint are both the bottom left corner that is selected. Once that's done, go ahead and click OK, and if you need to, click Apply and then go ahead and close. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this out. So I'm going to go ahead and select my two circles and click my cut scissors to go to the cut toolbar. And to do this, I'm going to cut this in two different colors. So I want to do the filter by color option, and I'm going to cut my black color first. So I go ahead and select the black color and push select. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to my machine and set my origin in the right position. And then I'm going to come back and click the cut button to send it to cut. Okay, to do this, it's very important that you set your paper up exactly the same place each time. And to do this, you're going to go ahead and use your grid markings to set this up. I went ahead and placed my paper on my grid 3 squares up and 1 square over. And I lined that up pretty perfectly on here, and then I go ahead and set my origin. To set my origin, I push the online button, and I'm going to push my up arrow to pull my paper all the way through. And then I'm going to go ahead and move my blade left and right until I have my blade in the position where I want to start. And I want to go ahead and just start just a little bit inside the paper. So right about there, I'm going to go ahead and click my Set Origin button and then press the green Online button to put my cut online. Then back in the software program, I'm going to go ahead and click the scissors tool to cut my circle. Once the circle is cut, before I select my next color, what I want to do is go ahead and place my next colored paper on the mat. To do this easily, I'm going to press the online button to put the machine offline, hold down my down arrow to move my mat out, and it doesn't matter, I could move it left or right or wherever I want, but my point is I want to move it so that my paper is completely out. Go ahead and remove my paper out of the way and take my cutout that I want to keep. And then the next step is I want to go ahead and place my second piece of paper in the exact same position that I placed the first paper. So I want to go ahead and line it up on that grid so that it is 1 grid marking over and 3 grid markings up. With that done, I go ahead and press my paper down, and now here's the easy part. I don't have to move my blade back into position by using my arrows, because all I need to do is press my online button and it will go back to its origin, which happens to be where I set it the last time. And because I put my origin in exactly the corner of the paper where I wanted to cut, and I put my paper in the same exact spot on the mat, I can continue to push the online button, and it's always going to move back to the origin position when it's done cutting. So now I'm going to go ahead and choose my second color and go ahead and send that to cut. And let's say I wanted to cut that circle again, just for example. I'm going to go ahead and move my mat out of position. Again, I can move left or right, anywhere I want on there. Remove my paper and my cut circle. And I'm going to go ahead and flip my paper over and use a different corner and just demonstrate that again. 1 grid marking over and 3 grid markings up is where I'm going to place my paper. And then all I need to do to go back to origin is hit the online button, and it's going to take it right back to that original position, and I can go ahead and hit cut again and cut the same circle again. And that's it. That's how you can continually line your paper up using your grid markings without having to set that origin each time, and you're going to get your paper to line up in exactly the same spot each time. Once again, thank you for watching Paper Threads Cutter Vision Tutorials. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.